and welcome to English for You. I'm Kat.
And I'm Elsie.
And today we are talking about something that we both really love, animals.
Animals.
Yay! Yes, and it's not a story, but it's basically about a career related to animals or a job.
It's a job we're talking about today. And it's related to dogs.
Yeah. Have you ever walked a dog before?
I once walked my aunt's dog.
Oh, was it?
For free.
Yeah. Was it not too hard?
Pretty hard because
Did she like to pull on the leash?
Yeah, the dog was pretty big.
Oh, and if the dogs are, if they're good at walking, then it's pretty easy. But if they are too excited, they can pull on the leash, something like that. That's why, dog gotta learn to walk. People gotta learn to walk dogs.
Right.
And dog walking can actually be a job.
Yes, you can earn money by doing it.
Yeah, so it sounds very interesting. So I'm really interested to learn about this job because I love dogs. I had 2 dogs as a kid and I walked them every day. So, we'll have to see what this is all about. How can I make some money walking dogs? Let's find out.
Reading.
Want to try something different? Try dog walking. Do you enjoy animals and being outside? You may want to try walking dogs as a full or part-time job. A dog walker is someone who is paid to walk other people's dogs. In addition to walking dogs, dog walkers have a few other responsibilities. First, they need to pick up and throw away any dog stools. Second, they have to make sure the dog is healthy. In addition, they need to take the dog to the veterinarian if there's an emergency. To be a dog walker, you should have plenty of experience with dogs. You'll also need to be patient and understanding. Dogs can have wildly different personalities, and you'll need to work well with each one. You'll need to be skilled at dealing with people and providing customer service. This is so you can please your customers and continue to get paid to walk their dogs. Some dogs will pull on their leash, so you need to be strong enough to handle larger dogs. Most importantly, you must be reliable, as your customers will depend on you.
Our article starts out today by asking us a question. Do you enjoy animals? Yes. And being outside? Yes.
Yes, for me too. 所以课文间问我们说呢，你喜欢动物，也喜欢待在户外吗？ I like animals and I like being outdoor.
Yeah, exactly. So if you like animals and being outside, well, animals are usually found outside. And the article says, you may want to try walking dogs as a full or part-time job. Oh, so there's 2 different options. You could do it as a full-time job or a part-time job. A full-time job is the job that most adults work in their lives. They work around 35 or more hours per week. The usual is 40, so 8 hours, 5 days, 1 week. So part-time is usually less than that. I think of part-time as being less than 30 hours a week, usually.
所以 a full-time job 代表就是一个全职的工作，那可能就是早上8点到下午5点。那如果呢是兼职的，我们用 part-time, a part-time job.
You could almost say that going to school is a full-time job for students.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
今天的 Language in Focus 我们要说到的是 as 的不同用法。那第一个，这个字啊，作为从属连接词的时候呢，根据前后文的关系，有以下几种的含义。第一个是表示由于跟因为，那它的意思会跟 since 还有 because 相近。给同学们一个例句咯。As it was getting late, I decided to call him the next day. 因为时间已经晚了，所以我决定隔天再打电话给他。那再来啊，它还可以表示当点点点的时候，或是随着点点点。那它的意思就会跟 when 还有 while 相近，像是呢 As I was about to leave the party, he showed up with another girl. 当我要离开派对的时候呢，他跟另外一名女孩一起出现了。那再来啊 as 也可以当作介系词使用哦，用来表示身为、作为。 For example, as a doctor, he always tells his patients that it's important to exercise regularly. 身为一位医生，他总是告诉他的病人，规律运动是很重要的。那再来一个 as 还可以作为副词，代表和点点点一样的如何如何。那第一个 as 就是一个副词，像是呢 I can run as fast as you can， 或者是 Please come home as soon as possible.All
right, so now we know you can do a dog walking as a job. And the article goes on to say a dog walker is someone who is paid to walk other people's dogs. Not just their own dogs, other people's dogs.
Right, so they're being paid when walking a dog. Sounds great.
Yes, I agree. It sounds really fun. And the article goes on to say, in addition to walking dogs, dog walkers have a few other responsibilities. Of course, when you're walking a dog, you have to think of these things. So these are responsibilities you have in addition to something. Or you could say in addition to verbing or doing something. That means as well as this thing, adding to this thing. So adding to dog walking, there's something else. So something else is other responsibilities. Now, what is a responsibility? That is a noun that means a task or a duty, something you have to do that you are expected to do. Basically, if somebody says, this is your responsibility, it means you are in charge of it. You are the person who has to do it. Especially we talk about at your job, or if you're in a certain role, like if you're a club president, or what you have to do as part of your family. What are your responsibilities at home? So, for an example sentence, we could say, my responsibilities at home include washing the dishes and cleaning my own room. I am, you could say, responsible for those things.
Right, 所以刚看回来，我们的 in addition to 这个用法哦，它是一个介系词片语，所以后面加名词或是 VING， 刚 Kat 已经有提醒我们了，代表呢除此事物之外还有。那再给同学们一个例句哦 ，In addition to painting, Kat also likes writing stories.
True, I do.
所以除了画画，还喜欢写故事。那课文说的是，除了遛狗之外呢，遛狗人还会有一些其他的职责、责任。我们用到 responsibility 这个名词，形容词是 responsible. So for example, you have to be responsible for your own actions. 代表你要为自己的行为负责。
And a responsible person is a person who always does what they say they will do. Okay.So, what responsibilities does a dog walker need to take care of? First, they need to pick up and throw away any dog stools. Stools? Like the chair? No, not the chair. So, a stool can be a kind of chair with no back, but a stool is also a piece of poop. Basically, it's any kind of solid waste that people or animals take from their body, and that's poop. So, it's sort of a more polite way of saying poop.And usually you use it in like a scientific sort of way. So, an example sentence could be, the doctor took a sample of the patient's stool to learn more about his diet.
Stool 这边不是指凳子，这边指的是粪便。所以呢，你要当遛狗人，首先你要愿意去捡，还有丢狗大便。
Because if somebody's dog poops outside,They can't just leave it there.
Nope.
That's very rude. It's very smelly and gross. So you have to pick it up. Of course, if you're walking dogs, that's one of your responsibilities.
Yeah.
And second, they have to make sure the dog is healthy. Of course. So to make sure of something means to watch out for it, to pay attention and be certain that it's going the right way. Yeah.
所以呢 make sure 它代表的是确保哦。那给同学们一个例句了 make sure you turn off the gas after use 代表你要确保使用完瓦斯之后要关上。那课文说到第二，遛狗人要确保狗狗是健康的 So if the dog is unhealthy 如果狗狗不健康 the dog walker has to take it to the vet.
That's exactly right. So, like the article says, in addition, there's that addition again, they need to take the dog to the veterinarian if there's an emergency. A veterinarian is just the long word for what you just said, vet. We usually call this person a vet. They're an animal doctor. They take care of dogs, cats, Small animals like birds and rats and hamsters, and then larger animals like cows and horses. So any animal that people keep as pets or for farms or anything like that, they will need to go to the vet sometimes to make sure that they're healthy. And especially, you don't want to take them to the vet in an emergency. Hopefully there's no emergencies, because an emergency is an unexpected and dangerous situation that calls for immediate action. So if I run into the room and say, Elsie, it's an emergency, you're going to think, oh my God, something is really, really wrong. Yeah, it could be a medical emergency, which means somebody is hurt or sick. It could be an emergency like maybe
a fire happened.
Yeah, like
earthquake.
Earthquakes. We've had a lot of those in the last few days. Those could be an emergency if they get bad enough. So another example, you could say, Elisa left work early because of a family emergency. She had to take her mother to the hospital.
Emergency 代表就是紧急的情况，所以呢，有紧急情况的话，如果是跟生命有关系、身体有关系，那可能要送到急诊室。急诊室这个地方呢，就叫做 emergency room， 好，简称 ER。那如果呢是有火灾发生、地震发生，你要找一个紧急的逃生出口，那 you are looking for an emergency exit。那再来呢，我们刚刚前面提到 in addition to 是一个介系词片语，后面要加名词或是 VING。那这里我们看到的是In addition， 它是副词片语哦，是不一样的。它可以放在句首逗点之后呢，用完整的句子来带出增加的资讯。所以课文说到的是啊 ，The dog walker has to make sure the dog is healthy. In addition， 还有如果有紧急事件，那6个人就要带狗狗去兽医那边。Veterinarian 代表就是 vet 兽医。
Yeah, veterinarian can be a little hard to say, so you can just say vet. I want to be a vet. That's a really hard job to get. You have to take a lot of years of school. But anyway, the article goes on to say what you should be like if you want to be a dog walker. To be a dog walker, you should have plenty of experience with dogs. That's true. So let's learn about what plenty means, and we'll talk more about that. All right, so plenty, and usually we see this as plenty of. This means a large number or amount of something. Basically, something that's enough for a particular purpose or reason. When you ask somebody, like, do you need more food? They could say, no, thank you, I have plenty. I already have enough for me. So plenty just basically means you have enough for what you need. So if you are needing to be a dog walker, if you want to have, experience, you need plenty of it. You need to have enough experience to know what to do with dogs. Another example sentence, you could say, Terrence has plenty of experience with teaching English, so he'll be a good fit for your school.
Plenty of something 代表就是大量的某物，那可以是加可数名词或是不可数名词在后面。那这边我们看到的是呢 plenty of experience， 那就是大量的经验。要当一位遛狗人呢，需要有大量照顾狗狗的经验。And you must like dogs.
Yeah, exactly. You have to like dogs because they are not humans. They can understand some of what you want them to do, but not all of what you want them to do. And some of them are better trained than others. You might pick up a dog who doesn't have much leash training. A leash is what they use to walk a dog, so it might be very uncomfortable. And then you might have another dog who's very, very comfortable on a walk. So you'll have all different kinds of dogs for all different kinds of walks. Yeah. And so the article says, just like that, you'll also need to be patient and understanding.
没错，除了有经验之外呢，还要是有耐心，也要了解狗狗的需求。You have to know what they want, or what they need.
Yeah, exactly. The article says dogs can have wildly different personalities, and you'll need to work well with each one. So a personality is your emotional qualities, the ways you behave that make you different from other people, or make dogs different from other dogs. Basically, animals can have personalities, people can have personalities. So, you have to know what they're like and what they need. So for an example sentence, you could say, Kira has a shy personality, but she's also very funny once you get to know her.
Personality 指的是一个人的个性或是性格，当然动物也是有它的 personality. If you need to describe your personality with 3 adjectives, Kat, what would they be? 3 adjectives for your personality.
It's a hard one. I would say creative.
Creative, 有创意的
Emotional.
情感很丰沛的 emotional.
And caring.
Caring.
I care about my
照顾人
friends
的
and my family a lot. Yeah. How about you?
Me, kind, nice,
Kind and nice. They're the same thing.
Friendly.
Okay. Kind, nice, and friendly. All good. All right.
Anyway,
I think you're also motivated and energetic.
thank you.
All right. So the article goes on to say you'll need to be skilled at dealing with people. People? Oh no. And providing customer service. Yeah, because people own dogs.
Yeah,
Or
so-
people will give you their dogs to walk.
So the people here means the owner.
yeah.
所以要应付狗狗，还要应付人，那人就是他们的主人呐、要提供良好的顾客服务也是很重要的。
So this is so you can please your customers and continue to get paid to walk their dogs. Yeah, because if you pick up their dogs and you're like, okay, I'm taking your dog, see ya, bye. And then you come back and their dog's like, I don't know,
And they won't hire you again.
really tired, or their dog, is just not seeming happy. Yeah, they're not going to hire you again. You have to do a good job with both people and dogs.
对。
Sorry, not just the dogs.
那刚刚讲到的是 customer service，所以 customer 就是顾客，那 service 是服务，所以呢，你要卖出一个商品或是服务，你的顾客服务要做得好，那这样子呢，就可以让你的客户高兴，也可以能够继续被聘请来遛狗。
Right. And remember how we talked about different dogs' personalities? Well, here we get an example of how their personalities can be different when they're walking. Some dogs will pull on their leash, so you need to be strong enough to handle larger dogs. I remember when I would walk my dogs as a child, one dog was very good about leaving her leash kind of slack, like not pulling. The other dog really wanted to go, and so she would always pull, and she was a medium-sized dog, like a Labrador. So she
So you're kind of like in a tug war with it.
yeah, I'm like, ugh, don't
Yeah.
go so hard, and try and keep her from, pulling so hard. But it was really difficult. So yeah, you have to be able to handle that. So what does it mean to pull on something? What is a leash? Let's find out. So when you pull on something, it means you pull it with a strong force. Right now I am pulling on my sleeve. So dogs that do this are usually trying to run or walk faster than the person walking them because they're excited or because they're nervous, something like that. So they will pull on their leash. And a leash, as I mentioned before, is a long, thin piece of usually rope or chain, or usually it's a strap that is used to hold a dog or other animal. So one end is around their body or around their neck, and the other end is in your hand. And some of the dogs will let you walk with the leash kind of loose, and some of them will really pull on it and make it tight.
Pull on something 代表是抓住某物，然后往自己的方向拉。那 leash 指的是呢牵狗狗啊等等动物要用的绳索链子。所以有一些狗它会用力的拉绳索，所以你要够强壮才能够搞定大型犬。那它们的力量是很大的。So you need to make your customers trust you, right?
Right. And if you're good with dogs, you can even train them to not pull on the leash. You can train them to what we call heel. Basically, they will walk right by you. Yeah. So the article goes on to say, most importantly, you must be reliable. You must be responsible, as your customers will depend on you. To be reliable means to be able to be relied on. So somebody can rely on you means they can trust you. They can tell that you are going to do what they need. And they can tell that you will be responsible for what you say you will do. So if you're going to get there at 9:30, you get there at 9:30. That makes you reliable. So for an example, you would say, our teacher is very reliable about grading our papers and handing them back to us quickly. So the other word we saw in there, or phrase, is depend on. And this is related to being reliable because people who are reliable can be depended on. When you depend on somebody, you look to them for help when you need it. So if you find somebody dependable, it means that you know that they're going to be there for you when you need them.
没错，所以我们这边看到两个重点是相关的。第一个是 reliable 形容词，可以信赖的、可靠的。那可以信赖的人就是 a reliable person。那再来呢，它的动词是 rely R-E-L-Y，rely on somebody or something， 那就是依赖、依靠某人或某物。So for example, are you sure we can rely on him to get the job done？ 你确定我们能够依靠他来完成工作吗？那也可以用 depend on somebody or something， 依靠某人某物。
That's right.
Okay, so I think I would like to try having a job like that.
Yeah, I think it would be fun. Especially, I think about Taipei, there's a lot of smaller dogs. There's also some people who have bigger dogs that need more exercise.
Right.
So I guess it depends on that, and you get all different kinds of dogs. We're actually going to learn more about what you can expect as a dog walker in day 2 of this article, but for now we're done with day 1 and we hope you've learned something, so let's go to our For You chat.
For You chat.
Alright, our chat question for today. What do you think would be the most challenging part of being a dog walker?
The most challenging part for me, I think, is because when you walk a dog or when you take care of a dog, it's like taking care of a child.
True.
So you have a lot of responsibilities, like we talked about.
That's true. Yeah.
You have to watch them. You have to make sure they're safe.
Yes.
I think that's the most stressful one to me.
I think for me, yeah, it's that and also trying to learn which dogs can walk well together and which ones probably can't.
Oh, because you need to group them, right?
Yeah, usually people want to walk their dogs around the same time of day, like morning and evening. And so you'll have a lot of people who want to walk their dogs at the same time. That's why dog walkers often have a big group of dogs. And some dogs can walk together very peacefully, and some dogs will kind of fight each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it depends on the dog. Again, it's all down to individual personality. So come back for day 2 and we'll tell you a lot more about this job. Until then, we'll see ya. Bye.
Bye.
Vocabulary Review. Responsibility. Everyone in my family has jobs to do. One of my responsibilities is to take out the garbage twice a week. Stool. Please take this cup to the toilet. The doctor needs you to provide a stool sample. Emergency. The teachers are trained to deal with emergencies such as fires and earthquakes. Plenty. Heather doesn't have much time these days, but she'll have plenty of free time during her summer vacation. Personality. One girl in the class never talks to anyone, so we think she has a shy personality. Reliable. Ned is a reliable worker who always arrives at the office early and rarely takes any sick days.
智慧小补帖。
Veterinarian. Veterinarian. Leash.
《以上节目是由活用空中美语制作，活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net